Hey everybody, it's Dave here from Band of Badgers, and this is another very special What's in the Box. We are back to doing the BEADLE and GRIMMS. This is the Complete Character Chronicles. This is the Wizard Edition. I've got it all here, as you can see. Nice big book. You can see the reflections and stuff going on, so we'll quickly get to unwrapping this. But we just wanted to show you, it's a lovely colour. It is the purple compared to the other one, which you had, which is the Cleric book. Now, if you look at this link up here, it will take you to one of the interviews that we did with BEADLE and GRIMMS. We've done several interviews over the years, so do check that out, and you'll find out all about not just BEADLE and GRIMMS, but also about these character chronicles for Pathfinder 2nd edition. So without further ado, I'm just going to use my funky scissors. I'm going to get in here as delicately as I can without trying to cut anything, and get right in. Now, a few people have had these already, and they've done some various reviews. I haven't seen a wizard one come up, so that's why I've kind of put this one on the list next. So we did the Cleric one first, because it's just a beautiful book. But this is the Wizard Edition. Now, just in case you wanted to see what's on the back there, you can check out the Cleric book where I go into a full description. But it's the same sticker on every book, and as you can see there, it is a complete character chronicle. It's a full-size book that includes complete feats, spells, and rules, depending on your class, because these books are class specific. Just in case that wasn't clear when I said this is the Wizard book. This is an original artwork and elements like birth and death certificates, a floor plan for your home base, and more. There is a complete expansive character sheets. I think there's over 20 to 25 pages of just for your character sheet. There's a journal section with grids for map making, inspiring, or just funny quotes from famous adventurers, and a custom whiteboard to track your progress. Now, that custom whiteboard, the battle board, is something that's really, really nice. I'm really kind of getting eager to start playing with that kind of thing. Now, this is it. It's a lovely kind of leather-bound edition. Now, it is vegan leather, but each edition, and you might just be able to pick it up, each edition has a different leather finish. So if I just if I just bring it in the Cleric edition, you can see the leather effect there. If I bring in this one, it is a very different leather stamp. It's almost kind of textured. You see that? And this one is gold foil. This one is white. It doesn't have a foil edition. Doesn't have foil stamping, but you can see the leather, the grain on that. I think it's called grain. It's vegan leather. Very, very different pattern. But anyway, lovely book all the way over. It's got pages on the back. This is Pathfinder. On the side, complete Wizard Chronicle, and it's probably about an inch thick. It's lovely and weighted. I mean, these things contain all the rules from the core rule book, plus the advanced player's guide. So you've got both the player's guide and the advanced player's guide. Everything in here, okay? So let's take. I haven't seen this yet. I've literally just unwrapped it. So let's have a look. Straight away, we have an idea of what the base may be. Here's your Wizard's Tower. This is lovely. I mean, look at the detail on here. This is, look. Wow. It'd be great actually if these scribblings are translated somewhere. But look, so you got an idea of what your base might be. You could do different floors in your Wizard's Tower. This is really nice. I'm a big fan of wizards. I like wizards, especially in Pathfinder. There are lots and lots of options. Now this, straight away, I'll probably cover some of the same information from the Cleric edition. The paper is gorgeous. I mean, it's thick. Okay, that is really, really thick paper. It's supposed to be used, but in a way that you can use a pencil and a rubber, and it's not going to deteriorate your pages. Okay, it is nice, thick paper. Gorgeous cover on there as well. We have a section for sketches. There we go. So you can put in your own set of doodles, and in every single book comes a certificate of birth, of live birth. And here you can put down your name, your place of birth, your ancestry, gender, your parents if known. But then they've got some other bits and pieces. So let's just have a look at this. It says, conditions of birth, type of birthmarks, if any. Please note location, natural, magical, ooh, ominous, not really, clearly demonic. And there's the best thing about Beadle and Grimm's is the sense of humour that comes across. A lot of their stuff has that, and I'm glad to see it's back in. It's in these kind of new products as well. It is beautiful to see. Now, also each book is tabbed, so you've got everything you need down there. And again, really can't believe how thick that is. That's really, really nice. Here is your main character sheet. Now the book, all the books are lay flat. That means when you do open them to the middle or anywhere in between, they do just lay flat. It's really nice to see. They're really well bound. These are really strong. I don't know if the camera's going to see that there. So there you go. There's a separation to keep it all nice and spongy. That's not supposed to be glued in place. It's supposed to be like that to allow that to lay flat when it does. So let's see if I can open that up to show you. I need to aim it for the camera. There we go. Okay, so that's what it's doing, and it handles it really, really well. But these are lovely to see. Really nice pages. All the details are in here. So this is your typical, what you're going to see on a Pathfinder character sheet. It's just that it's so nicely constructed. It's laid out. It's kind of like this tan parchment. The idea being that this is, as a full wizard, this is your spellbook. With all its tomes, all its spells in there. So straight away we're into spells. Okay, so you've got your skills, you've got special attacks, you've got your character stats. Straight away into spells. So this is going to be the pages you're going to be using the most. Easily. Everything else is more reference and note taking. Here you got equipment on here, and I love this. This is much more kind of computer game where you can detail, like you might have a dagger in your boots, or maybe you have a wand of magic missiles like stuffed up your sleeve, a bit like Assassin's Creed. Everything in here is doable. We have a list of consumables, we have inventory, and you can break this down completely. I mean, if I bring that in, look at that. So there's a typical thing, coins, but then you have supplies, holdings and assets, gems and art objects, permanent items, loot. Now, let's be clear with this. This is for someone who wants to really delve into your characters. This is not something that's kind of disposable. This is for your lifetime campaign character where you really want to go into depth. If you were playing Kingmaker, for example, Paizo are bringing out an anniversary edition of Kingmaker later on in 2022. Fingers crossed, hopefully. This is the book you're going to want for that. You can use it in any campaign, but the amount of wealth of detail you can put in here, Kingmaker is going to be the one. That's going to be my choice. We have 2 Pathfinder campaigns coming later this year. One of them is going to be Kingmaker, and everyone's a secret. We'll tell you another time. But we will be using these books, and again, they're lovely. They're so nice to hold, so nice to have in front of you as well. And this book, just be aware, you can purchase these right now from beadleandgrimms.com. They are in stock and they are priced at just $40. Okay, so that's for UK prices, that's about £35, but you're going to have to pay the shipping on that. Now, you can also stock these, you can also find these in some retailers. So if you don't know, drop Beadle and Grimm's an email and find out which retailers they're sending them to, because you will be able to get them. There we go, Feats and Abilities. Everything is here. Plus you have some extra information. There you go. There's your drain bonded item. I love all these things as well. These nice touches. This is all these kind of rough edging and these tabs. It's kind of fake. That's not the edge of the page because this is the edge of the page. But these are really, really nice. I love these illustrations. And having this, again, this is designed differently to the cleric book, to the fighter book, to the rogue book, and to the druid book. Each book has its own theme, color scheme, vegan leather cover type, and you'll see on the pictures over there all the variety of items you can pick up for Pathfinder 2, which are all designed by BEADLE and GRIMMS. So do go and check these out. But these details, I love all this. That's not a coffee. That's not a coffee mug stain. That's some kind of arcane burned into the pages. You can see like the burn marks. Look, gives you some great ideas for character play. Anyway, so feats and abilities takes you from first level all the way to 20th level. Okay, we don't go into like epic or anything like epic tiers or anything like that. Frequent summons. What else have we got? Frequent summons. We've got duplicate pages. We have a familiar and an area to sketch out the picture or stick one in, whichever you wanted to do. But as all familiars, you get all their information in there. You get save and throws, armor class, hit points, perception, active abilities, skills, familiar abilities, and master abilities. You also get familiar feats at the bottom there. So then we're into Spellbook. This is lovely. Okay, so we've got cantrips, we've got meta magic, we've got rituals. We have a section for first level spells. There you go. So you got one page, first level spells. I know. Again, look, more of this kind of background magical iconography stuff. It's basically just watermarks on the page, and you can see if the camera's picking this up properly, the kind of color tints. So it does look like a parchment book. This is what I mean. This is your spellbook. I would like to see how this gets developed in the future. I would love to have some kind of item like this, which I can just put spells in. That'd be really nice. We have to. I'll have a word with them. We'll see what we can do. Anyway, so first level spells, second level spells. Then we go on third, fourth. To see if they have any extra bits as we go higher. Okay, we've got fifth and sixth. We've got some more kind of arcane markings there. Seventh, eighth, 9, 10. Additional spells. So you have a double page. We've got two. No, yeah, double page spread of additional spells. We have archetypes, feats and abilities. Again, everything has so much more space. You can flick through these. You can mark these up. Oh, this is interesting. Leadership and followers. Leadership events. And here we have a little bit of a note. So at the bottom of the page, it actually lists the Game Mastery Guide. So it says, for these kind of things, which is the leadership events. Is the camera going to pick that up? There we go. Leadership events. See page 168 of the Game Mastery Guide for full details on the leadership system. So again, it references those other bits and pieces. Really nice to see. Here we go. Pathfinder Society, always a great one to join. I love being in Pathfinder Society. Got boons and keepsakes. Pathfinder Society equipment. Again, everything is listed here, including your ammo. Look at that. I do like this. I really do like this. Here's your Pathfinder Society log. Now, Pathfinder Society is a great ongoing story. If you check back on our videos on youtube.com/bandofbadgers, don't forget to subscribe. You'll find that we did a Paizo Pathfinder Society 3-day event in 2021. Check out the video. It was a lot of fun to do. And that was just to kickstart the next kind of story arc for the Pathfinder Society. And we're hoping to do something similar for 2022. We would love to. Important people. Here's all your notes and things you missed. What if it's going to have... Now, is it going to have adversaries different, or is it all going to be listed in important people? Anyway, double page spread. You can put in name, notes, and then we have important places, so locations. You can go all over Glorian. We have important quests, so 2 pages of quests, which marks down... it isn't 2 pages of quests. Okay, so it's a column on this one. So, for example, let's have a look. Both pages are the same. So we have the quest, we have the details, what's the goal, what are the milestones, and at what level, what was the outcome, what's the rewards and treasure, and your notes. And that's like the overall, rid this town of giants. Okay, how much they're going to pay. that's what you'd mark there, not just the individual bits and pieces you find. Important quests. So we have important quests, we have double page spread of those, or 2 double page spreads of those. Oh, then we have 3. 3 and an extra page. So 3 double page spreads of important quests and an extra page. Then, you can see here, then we're into the rules and references. So that is the end of the character tab. That is about 20 pages of in-depth character sheet. And there's more to come. There's more to come. Now the next section is, yes, it's rules and references. It says so on the tin. Is all your wizard class. Everything you need to know about your wizard. Okay, but bear in mind this is the core rulebook, the player guide from the core rulebook, and the advanced player's guide. Any new content, like for example Guns and Gears, any new content is not included in that. You still have to buy the additional source books, but everything you need is right here to really kind of get into it. If you want to tweak your character with stuff from the other books, do so, but you're not going to find that content in this book. You just get the main player guide and the advanced player guide. So here we are. And also this beautiful artwork. There's Ezran. I'm a big fan of Ezran. He's a great character. Check out the comics. So we've got the wizard class, the introduction, and basically how you roll up your character. This is how your guide to creating your character. So it starts you right at the beginning of how to create your character. Then it takes you step by step. Here's your class features. Breaking it down into cantrips, spellbooks, heightening spells, sample spellbooks, arcane. Here's your spell level tables. Now all of this is taken from the official bits and pieces, so you'd have to expect it to be correct. Just can't get to focus now. Let's try that. Oh, look at that. The Arcane Thesis. Again, this is such a nice book. You don't have to carry everything else. You just carry this. You've got your character in when you want to make notes. You can reference these bits. It's beautiful. What a time saver. Again, fantastic artwork. Gives you a sample wizards. Now these sample characters are great. These are also in the Game Mastery Guide. The Advanced Player's Guide. These are really, really nice to have. And you get these kind of wizard-specific artwork. Okay, so you're not going to get just anyone. You're going to get a lot of Ezran and a lot of various team-ups. Ooh, look at that. If you play Rise of the Rune Lords, that's part of the Sahedron. Ooh, I do like that. Great symbol to use. What we got? Wizard feats. So all the feats are listed in level order. We have a table as well of listing them. That's in alphabetical order, and then it mentions a page. The page inside this book is listed. Okay, here you go, A to Z. Nice and easy. Another sample wizard, Illusionist. So these are, again, just the feats. 6th, 8th, 10th, 12th. Clever counterspell. Not just counterspell, clever counterspell. What we got? 14th, 18th, 16th, 18th, 20th. And also, we've got a couple of bookmarks. Now, the great thing about these books, because they are big books and there's a lot of information, you get 2 ribbon bookmarks and themed to match the cover of the book. How nice is that? And this is always handy because you know where your character sheet is. It's right at the start. But maybe you want feats, maybe you want particular spells just as reminders. Maybe you want to keep one in your notes, which is at the back, and you keep one on I don't know, wizarding equipment. Who knows? But it's all here and you can put it in. I love having the 2. It's so much easier having 2 than 1. There's great artwork of Ezran. 20th level feats spell mastery. Let's just have a quick look. So when you get to top level, Archwizard's Might, Meta Magic Mastery, Spell Combination, and spell mastery. I have not yet gotten any of my Pathfinder characters to 20th level. I'm working on it, but I'm always a GM, hardly ever a player. If you want me to play your Pathfinder game, do let me know. I can use my book. Okay, so we've got wizard or wizarding basics, how to learn spells, recall knowledge, borrow an arcane spell. Now that's quite nice. Identify magic. You've got a lovely design of a wand there. Healer's tools. Oh, that's just for bandages and things. A wizard class kit. Medicine trained actions. Treat disease, treat poison. It's just basically medicine. So just basic medicine. It's not cleric healing, for example. Ooh, look at that. Great artwork. You always hear me say it. I'm an absolute sucker for gorgeous artwork. So focus casting rules. Focus spells. Again, beautiful artwork. Look at that. Fantasy. It's not just Ezran. You got these kind of archetype artworks, and then you got some fantastic character art. Then these are archetypes. So who we got? We got the archaeologist. We got the blessed one. Is it blessed or blessed? Not sure. We got the beastmaster with a badger. I love that. That I absolutely love. A familiar master, a lore master. We've got a marshal. Medic. Look at that. That's great. A ritualist. That just reminds me of like a cult fanatic kind of thing. Wow, look at that. Familiars. Look at that. I'm just blown out. I'm reading. Sorry, I'm going quiet because I'm reading this. That is amazing. I mean, look at that. Who would not want to play that? Look at that staff. Absolutely gorgeous. So familiar abilities, master abilities, potential familiars. Look at these. That's a Bloodseeker. I would not like to have that as a familiar, personally. The imp is always fun, but I think you got to have the fairy dragon. Oh, and the puppet or the puppet. That's a bit spooky. Well, that's Pathfinder Society familiars. Oh, that's a Wendigo. Great artwork. Look at that. Scary as hell. We played one of those in our Rune Lords campaign. The players had to fight one. Really scary. Spellcasting. Here we go. This chapter explains how spells work and how wizards prepare and cast their spells. There are over 200 pages in this book. I wasn't going to go through everyone, but I am now because we're going to have a proper look at it. You get these little notes as well. So this one, Toff Ornelius of the Academa, headmaster. There we go. And that's what I mean. There is a wealth of information here. This isn't something you're gonna want to buy just to kind of barely use it. This is something you're gonna live and breathe these books. All the information you have is here. You can still pick them up, but you don't need it as a player. You have everything you need right here. Plus, your GM can help you. Spell durations. You know how spell shapes go. You got the cone, the burst, You've got the ray, 30 feet, 5 feet, 15 feet. It's really nice. Line of sight, line of effect. Reading spells, counteracting. Oh, this is from this artwork was from Plaguestone. That's the front cover. Again, great one for Ezran. We need to play it. We keep talking about playing it, and there's so many games that we've got on the list. Some games they just keep getting pushed, but we will come back to Plaguestone. Arcane cantrips, arcane first level spells. So a whole list of spells, and I love the artwork. I mean, look at these kind of ideas for wands. They are so nice. If this book gives you anything, it's just ideas of what you can add to your character over time. Full spell descriptions. So here we get into this again. This is kind of where you might want to have your bookmarks. Full spell descriptions from A to Z. Agonizing. So it starts with acid arrow. What we got? Animate rope. So we got a picture of that as well. Wow, look at that. Really, really nice. Gorgeous artwork. Cataclysm. Oof. Does that say what spell level? Spell level 10. Cataclysm. Wow. Ezran versus Jaws. Just dragon form. This is so nice. Look. So this is the spell dragon form. It is a level 6 spell. And just as an extra guide, here's all the dragons you could turn into. Ancient. I've got him. Ancient gold dragon. Ancient silver. So this is, just as a guide. Look at that. That's really nice. Again, double page spread. If you want to turn into, have that particular spell, here it is. Oh, I really want to play. Someone invite me to a Pathfinder game. I want to be a wizard. And your elementals. And you can see, it was just there. You can see that the screen just came up on that very page. Fire shield. Fireball. Of course we've got fireball. Flaming sphere. More Ezran. Ezran, such a dude. Pick up the Pathfinder graphic novels. You'll love him. He is amazing. In the first few graphic novels, it's him trying to become part of the Pathfinder Society. So that will give you ideas for your own kind of story pathways as well, especially if you play sandbox. Look at that illusory scene. What's this one? Monstrosity form. So monstrosity form. It's a level 8 spell, and you've got Phoenix, a sea serpent. You've got a purple worm. And it says monstrosity form. I'll bring it up. You can see. It is a polymorph transmutation. It takes 2 actions to cast. Somatic and verbal. Duration 1 minute. That depends. I mean, I don't tend to play those rules. I'll play the action rule. Most of my spells, my spellcasters, my players, I just go, right, you're casting magic, it happens. I don't do this whole, it takes 10 minutes. I don't worry about that kind of stuff. You transform, because you can do whatever you like when you're the GM. You transform into the shape of a legendary monster, assuming a huge battle form. You must have enough space to expand into the spell, or the spell is lost. When you cast a spell, choose Phoenix, Purple Worm, or Sea Serpent. While in this form, you gain the Beast trait for Phoenix, or Animal trait for Purple Worm or Sea Serpent. You can dismiss the spell. Wow. And you don't have to go looking, because the traits are there. It's Phoenix, Purple Worm, and Sea Serpent. So everything you need is there for you. N-O-P. Phantasmal Treasure. Beautiful artwork. You got some random colour tables there. Prismatic spray, and you got a random table. There you go. So you could prismatic spray effects. You roll a 6 on the D8. The colour is indigo. The save is will, and effect confused as the warp mind spell. It's a mental. That's a R. Raven feeblement. Rope trick. Always handy. Never underestimate. Into S. Ooh. Look at these. So these are nice. So you got various summons here. You've got summon, animal, dragon, elemental, and construct. And these are just a few ideas to get you to get you started. Summon animal, and it says Tyrannosaurus Rex. Absolutely stunning. Oh, there's a good one. Tanglefoot. Just don't do it on yourself. Don't fail that roll. Ooh, Vampiric Mist. I know that because we're playing Pathfinder Malevolence at the moment, which is a standalone adventure. It's not a one shot. It'll take you a few sessions, but it's a fantastic haunted house story. And there are 2 of these. It's featured on the front cover. Vampiric Mists. Let's see if they've got it there. No, they haven't got it. It says Vampiric Touch and Vampiric Maiden. Vampiric Exsanguination. Wow. W's. Wow. Just that artwork is incredible. Look. I want a book this big. I want a coffee table book of Pathfinder artwork. Does that even exist? Let me know in the comments below. I would like to get one. There's a note from Ezra in there. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, see, look. He's got he has a walking stick that is also his magic staff, and look, just stands on its own. Great ideas. So we've got now into rituals. These are your casting rituals. And again, if you're new to Pathfinder, these are big books to jump into, especially if you're new. But the fact it has everything in there, all your explanations, you can just take your time and read this, just to soak it all in. You don't have to have like various volumes, 2 books plus the core rule book. You can just have this. It will make it easier just to kind of soak in all that information. Create demiplane, control weather, create undead, imprisonment. Oh, look at that. There's a baddie. Simulacrum, rest eternal, word of recall. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous artwork. And then, so we've had the character section. Then we've had, so the character, you can see here, if it's kind of, you can see how the tabs work. So they are up to the edge. So you have your character, then it goes into your class, everything you need to know about your class, then everything for your spells. Okay, so the tabs do work. Then we're into the journal. The journal is for those players who love making notes. Now, it's not just pages of lined paper. These are in here because you end up making notes anyway. Like, this is my quest. What was the person's name? Where? Like, what's the name of the city or the town I have to go? What's the name of the item I've got to find? You end up making notes anyway. And this is for those players who love making in-depth notes. When they go write their notes and turn it into their own little story, this is who it's for. And you get all of these extra bits of content thrown in. map paper. Even has a compass ready. You get little quotes and sayings from various people. This one's from Faramore the Fabulous. Great character. Another one from Ezran. Some say knowledge flows from sweat and blood. I prefer a tidier approach. Then you got lists like, and I love these. Top battles. Yes. I love my kill sheet. I generally just have the monsters I kill. Like, not just in the party. The monsters that I kill, like the killing blow. When I know it's me, I love seeing those. More map paper. Because you don't just go to one location. You're going to go to several. Whether this is dungeons, a city, a sewer system, mountain ranges. You're going to need something. Even if it's like a mansion house. And you want to go room to room. You can do that on here. A little bit of artwork. I like these things. These are nice. I like seeing that. I was going to say I like seeing that. Then I realised these are faces. They're faces in a jar. I like the jar. Maybe without the faces, please. Again, more space, more artwork, more note space, more map space. Really is nice. The greatest foes. I love that. And you can, I don't know if you can hear, I don't know if the microphone's picking that up, but you can feel, or you can hear, you can't feel it, you can hear how thick these papers are. And it's great. If your whole Pathfinder group, you will have one each, that's when it comes into it. You're going to enjoy it a lot more. If you're the only player at the table doing this, it's all going to be contained within you. If all of your players are writing in these books and making those notes and making their characters special because you're playing this kind of big campaign, it's going to mean so much more to you. When you look back, when the game's finished and say 5 or 10 years from now, this is a book you're not going to throw away. You're going to sit there several times and read through and go, yeah, that was our greatest adventure. These are the players these books are for. Oh, look at that. Very nice. So there are lots of pages available for the journal. Then, so you have a sketch page, but look, you have a pull-out. So this is a pull-out area where you can draw your own base. So right on the inside cover, we had this. Here, you can draw your own one. And it even comes with a ready-made key. You just follow the instructions. So you just follow what you want to do. Really nice. I absolutely love that. You can use it making your own maps as well. We have a guest book. I don't know, maybe, I don't know, you know, like when you leave a job or when you leave school, college, university, you get a list, you get like your classmates to sign something. Get your players to sign something. When the quest is done, or when you know a player has to leave for whatever reason, maybe they move away, get them to sign a little message. If you spend one day a week for a year or 2 years playing with these people around this table, it'd be really nice to have kind of a record of that moment. Now, sometimes your characters die. Sometimes you finish a campaign, you go from 1st to 20th level, and you're done with this character, and you want to give them a good death. Okay, you don't have to give them the undead death, which is also available. Or maybe just pass on to the next one in the family. I like this one. Death must be avenged. No, it was my time. Or yes, avenge me. For posterity, please list the following. Most notable of accomplishments. Did they save the world? Of course. Surprisingly not. Most epic battle. Favourite quote. Companion I loved to hate. The arch nemesis. Did they defeat their arch nemesis? The desired epitaph. And you can go on to give your characters an ending. Administrative use only. It's on every book. I love this. It says remains received. It's on the back of the certificate of death. It says dead or undead. And if undead, disposal fee. Now we also have, so this is a really important page. If you've made it this far in a video, thank you very much for staying that long. And do hit subscribe if you like these videos. We will be doing more. But one of the things here that we want to show you is we are listed in the book. So you can see it right here. Playtesting, David Creswell, that's me. Steve Russell, that's Steve from Band of Badgers. It was an absolute pleasure to help out on this. And we'd love to do more. We love BEADLE and Grimm. The whole team are superb and amazing. And we love Paizo and Pathfinder and Starfinder. Check out Starfinder if you're into sci-fi. But then I'd imagine if you're into sci-fi, you haven't got this, and you got 40 minutes into an unboxing about a fantasy product. Now, there is also this. Now, this is your battle board. So there's a sleeve at the back. Okay? It's kind of like I don't know, it's like a weird fabric thing. Let's have a look. This is your battle board. Now, this is a sheet of Perspex. It is lovely to write on, so it's a dry white, wet white, whatever pens you want to use. And it's one of those things for, I was going to say frequent flyers, for frequent use. So this is your battle board. So spell attack, spell DC, armor class, initiative, perception. So when you always rolling those dice, the things that you're always doing, especially like hit points, you're going to lose hit points, but you're going to gain hit points. And this is one of those things that's just quite handy to have. Your prepared spells. Don't worry about having them in a book. If you're always writing on this, use this, scrub it off, write it on, and when you get home, you can tidy up your main journal. Okay, this is optional, but I do love this. I think it's a great idea. So you've got consumables on there: potions, scrolls, food, caltrops, magical allies, and each one is unique to the class. Okay, and on the back you have a breakdown. So this is kind of like a player's guide, a player's shield. You've got hit points, you've got your basic actions, skill actions, death and dying, conditions. It's always handy to have your own reference. When I finally get to play, I have all of these in my book anyway. I keep them as a DM, but for a player, I like to have them too, just to remind myself. The DM and the GM are not the only people who need to know the rules. Sometimes it's nice to have a backup. Not that we ever play by the rules. We make stuff up as we go along. We just love the stories. So that is really nice. And it comes in this fantastic pocket. Fits right in. That goes in there. Does not fall out. And then, so you've got your bookmarks as well. Let's just chuck those in. And when you close it up, you've got this helpful elastic band. So if you've got player handouts or notes from your GM or notes from the players, you can keep it all in the book. It all keeps it nice and comfortable. And look, you've got your little bookmarks as well. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that one. That is the Pathfinder BEADLE and Grimm's Complete Wizard Chronicle. Do check out our videos for the other books and for an interview with BEADLE and Grimm that we did on this product range. And make sure, please do like and subscribe. Please do let your friends, your pets, your aliens, whoever, your neighbours, person on the street, person at the bus stop, let them all know that you can check these videos out at youtube.com/bandofbadgers. Be good, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.